Hello folks, and welcome to my channel. This is Luckstruck9 here, bringing you a video on how to beat Templar in the challenge mode. Now, most of you have done VOG at its regular 390 level on a weekly basis, but some of you may be confused on how to do the specific challenge that is Templar. And in this video I'll be explaining how to beat Templar in the challenge mode in order for you to get your VOG exotics. Now, first things first, you will probably have one of two duties. Most groups nowadays do Relic Runner and then 5 DPSers. So if you're part of the DPSers, you're going to end up just staying in the back and shooting Templar from the back of mid. You should equip yourself with a sleeper and a good sniper. Potentially, if you do have a VOG primary, that is recommended. Vision of Confluence is very good for killing the oracles, because you will have to kill 4 oracles to start. The Relic Holder, however, will be running back and forth, and this video will focus on the Relic Holder, but we'll also talk a little bit about DPS. Now, you may be wondering how to do Relic. Relic is one of those items where it is not just shooty and running around. You also will have to think about your route and talk with your teammates when you do need help. So the biggest part about doing Relic is knowing exactly what routes you intend to take. So there are left and right teleports, which you need to block in order to complete your challenge. In order to complete the VOG Templar challenge, the Templar is not allowed to teleport in any situation. No teleports, 0 teleports. You must block every teleport or kill him before he teleports. Now, you'll notice that we start off by killing the oracles. This is something to get the super for the Relic Holder. The Relic Holder relies on a super in order to take down the Templar's shield in order to do damage. So usually you do 4 oracles total. There are 2 oracles per wave, and it takes about 2 waves to get your super up. I have my super up already, but the reason we wait is so that we don't have to take down his shield and deal with oracles at the same time. So I take down Templar's shield, and when Templar's shield is taken down, there's a chance that you may be detained. And detained is where there's a big bubble that goes over you. If you're in the air when you're detained and you fall out of your detained bubble, you die. You need to break your detained bubble as fast as you can to do TPS. Now, if you're watching, it is very important to remember that you can't jump in your detained bubble, otherwise you will die. You can't shoot rockets when the detained bubble is popping up, you will die. So if you watch here, I'm now doing all the relic parts. I'm running in front, which warlocks can do because they have a high glide, so you're not in melee range of the Templar. Right here, I'm standing on the right side. This is a spot you can block the teleport. You can stand here. Templar will not do damage to you, but the adds in the back of the right will do damage to you. Currently, I'm taking the optimal route, which is run to the back with your teammates and then go diagonally into the next teleport zone. I put up the relic shield and I block more of Templar's blasts. I again take the improper route. You should not be doing this if you're not a warlock or you're inexperienced. You should be trying to run all the way around. From left side to right, you can run all the way in the back. And then from right side to left, you should run into the back and then go diagonally. It is recommended, if you are new at this, to have a Titan place their bubble on right, because that way you can have a time where you can relax. Left side is often considered to be easier, since you have to put up your shield anyway, no matter what. On right side, you can get away with not putting up your shield if you're hiding behind the rock and nothing is shooting you. So this is another improper route. I had Blessing of Light, so I was a little bit more confident in running across. I put up the shield again. Unfortunately, the Titan across dies, so now you'll see what I have to do when, in fact, there is no Titan on the other side helping me out. So this is, again, not the optimal route. Anyway, I jump in and I put up my shield. It's good to notice, on the bottom where my feet are, there's a bunch of little rock ridges where they're all at like slightly different heights, almost like an inch apart. But if you fall down from one rock to the lower one, you will drop your relic shield and you are vulnerable, which means you could probably die. So it's good to be standing still and not running around when your shield is up. So right here, see, I go for this big square one. If I fell back there, I would have died. So that's important to remember. I'm going to go around, and this is the optimal route to get from right to left. All the harpies are shooting me. As long as you keep swiping in the air with the shield, you will be fine. So I get there. I'm about to take the optimal route from left to right, which is in the back. Make sure you use your swipes, otherwise you're not going to be moving fast enough. And right here I'm actually going to kind of miss. I'll get it at the last second, but that's not perfect. So I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to go diagonal, because that is the best route for not being shot. The harpies will be a pain, as long as you stand in the right spots and you block the teleports. You want optimally to get that timing where you only have to stand there for 1 second, you burn less shield, and you can always be moving less of a target. So right there, we finished. Something to remember is that if you're doing good DPS, which would involve sleep or stimulants, hopefully Praetor's Revenge or Ex Machina and Vision of Confluence is a really good one. You should be able to get Templar down in about 2 minutes. Anything more than that, you are really pushing it. As a shield holder, you should be ready to run at least 3 minutes, but it's probable that you might be done in a minute and a half if you have a group that's shooting very quickly. As you notice in my DPS phase, I have a Sleeper equipped, I have a Praetor's Revenge, and I have a Vision of Confluence. This allows me to take out oracles faster, while also allowing me to deal massive DPS. As a Warlock, you should be using Solar Grenades with Ignite, also turning on Viking Funeral to add a sort of melting point to Templar. It's also important to have Weapons of Light Bubbles if you can. Tethers are also good. Yeah, so that's basically what you need to know for this Templar fight. I wish you all luck. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and I will try to respond to them as best I can. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one.